come on. Hello? What's your problem? Hunter, how many times have I told you not to do that to me? This is a really good one. Come on, we have to make dinner.
Destructor 4, the download of death.
Did I tell you Destructor 4 comes out this weekend?
Yeah, you mentioned it. It's rated R.
Dad said he'd take me.
No, he said we'll see.
What are we having?
Tofu stir fry?
Just because you're a vegetarian doesn't mean we have to starve. Humans eat meat, Jordan. That's why we have these.
Move. Thank you.
Why do we have 4 places?
I invited Miss Carlsberg from down the street over for dinner.
Why would you do that?
I thought it would be good for Dad. Be nice to her. Hello. Hi.
Yeah. I'm just grabbing a quick bite, all right? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. I'll call you back. Hello?
Hi, Dad.
Guys, what's going on?
You remember Miss Carlsberg?
Sure. Hey.
Jacqueline.
Good. Can you give us a moment? Jordan?
You can't just leave, Dad.
I have another call across town. It's a big one. A rewire job. Could be a lot of money.
Miss Carlsberg, I'm awfully thirsty. Do you think you could go get me some soda out of the fridge?
Oh, of course, sweetie. I just thought it would be good for you.
Jordan, I appreciate the effort, but I told you, when it's time, when I'm ready, I'll find my own date.
Sorry to interrupt. Oh,
Oh. Good pie.
Thank you. Ando wanted some more soda.
Hunter!
Jordan, he's over there. Ask him to the prom. Forget it. No possible way.
Jay, you've been drooling over Court McCann since he transferred from Harrison.
I don't drool. And besides, what am I gonna say to him?
Nothing. You say nothing. Look at Ashley and Whit. They got it down.
The hair flip, the lip pout, the over giggle. It's a language all its own.
This is not the time to be a mouse, Jordan. You're the predator, and he is your prey.
All right. See ya. Dang it. I forgot my wallet.
Oh, here, let me, I can...
Wow. Thanks, Judy.
It's actually Jordan.
Right. What's with your face? Uh-huh.
You're joking, right?
You and Court McCann. It's never gonna happen, sweetie.
Ever.
Heads up! Come on, Sans! Get a hand up!
Your sister kind of stinks, dude.
Yeah. Are you sure that's the bag? Patience, my son.
Come on, Sans! Did I say you could take a break? You want to make this team? I'm going to need a little more effort.
And here we go. Watch this.
Dude,
that your loser brother, Sans? I've never seen him before in my life.
Great. You'll never make the team.
Okay, so this one really needs to be paid. And, the rest of them can wait until the 15th. Dad, everything's gonna be all right, isn't it?
Sure. Of course it is, honey.
But we need a miracle.
A big, big miracle. Hey, look, I don't want you guys to worry, all right? We will figure this out, I promise you.
Oh, and, something else I need you to sign.
Yeah? What's that? Suspended again.
Principal says Hunter was acting out.
Hunter, grab the camera. Okay, I'm gonna throw on the mask, okay? Okay, keep it. I'm gonna sneak up behind
It's not funny. Would you put the entrails down, please? Hunter, this has to stop. It was okay when you were a kid, but it's time to grow up.
Dad, I've been 14 for like a month.
You gotta start living in the real world. Okay? And in the real world, there's no destructor, all right? There's no mutilator, there's no aliens.
Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true.
I miss her too. But one more of these, one more. All this goes away, okay?
Yeah, I got it.
Good night.
It's the middle of the night, Hunter. If this is one of your...
No, it's not. Just open it.
Okay. Dear Sans family, greetings from Wolfsburg, Romania.
Romania?
Who's from Romania?
Vampires. What? I'm just saying.
We regret to inform you of the passing of your great uncle, Dragomir Vukovic. Your presence is requested this Saturday for the reading of his last will and testament, at which time possession of Wolfsburg Manor will be transferred to you.
Wolfsburg Manor.
Dragomir.
No, it's not me. There's this creepy guy outside the door, and he was watching me, and I don't know, he must have left it. Look, there's a number. Call it if you don't believe me.
Oh, that was the executor's office.
Well, what'd they say?
It looks like your mother's great uncle has left us everything, including his castle.
See? I told you. We're rich.
No, we're not rich, Hunter. Dad, how come Mom never told us we have relatives in Romania?
I have no idea, sweetie.
Dude, I'm going to Romania. Yeah, I don't know. Let me ask. Hey, Dad, can we go see Dracula's castle? Okay, well, he's undecided. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Dad, you're not seriously considering this, are you?
Welcome to Wolfsburg Airport.
Oh, cool. Silver bullets.
I will rip flesh from bone.
And stitch it into a bonnet. Destructor 3.
Fashion kills.
You here for the fest, bro?
The fest?
Wolfsburg Moonlight Mania. The greatest monster fest this side of the Big Apple. They have it every year to honor the beast.
What's the beast?
Bro, you're wearing destructor gear and you don't know about the Wolfsburg beast? Every year, this time, at the full moon, the beast appears atop the highest peak in town and howls his warning.
Warning to who?
Vampires, brother. He's telling them to stay away. Wolfsburg belongs to him. Bro, seriously, World Wide Web, log on.
Hey, Hunter, let's go.
I gotta go.
Okay, well, I'll see you at the festival.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, Dad, can we see the beast?
What's the beast?
Oh, whatever it is, we're not here to see the animals.
You need taxi.
Yes, we're going to 1212 Lycanthrope.
Wolfsburg Manor, of course.
What was that?
He's Rasputin.
I'm not getting in there.
She's afraid of dogs, dude.
He's man's best friend. All bite, no bark.
Dad,
Honey, it's just a dog.
that is not just a dog.
It's late. Let's go.
I don't want to get in. I don't want to do this. Just go. Hurry up. Don't push me.
Hunter!
Told you.
Hello? Hello? Hello. I'm David Sands. You must be...
I am Madame Varkolak. You will follow me.
So, have you lived here long?
Dad.
What? Just trying to make conversation.
Boy, girl, your rooms. This way. Father, your room. That way. Have one rule. Stay in room at night. Lock door.
Actually, that's 2 rules.
Hunter, don't argue with Madame Barkala. Okay, go to bed. Go. Lock your doors. I'm locking mine. Love you.
Check this out. 2 Dragomir. The strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Best wishes, Rudyard Kipling. That's what Mom always used to say. Who's this Kipling dude?
It's from the Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. Mom was quoting him. Now come on, let's go. Do you really want to get her angry?
Who?
Madame Varkolak?
Get to rooms.
What's this? Properties by Paulina. With my compliments, Paulina von Eckberg, your local real estate professional. Cookies. Come.
Before you open that, I think you should know that I don't eat...
Bagels and cream cheese. Was Dragomir's favorite.
Madam Barkalak? We're going into town after breakfast. Is there anything you need?
I give you list.
Is there an internet cafe? I need to get online.
We have World Wide Web here, boy.
You do?
Da. Password is Brangelina. Careful on road. Is speed trap.
Hey, kids. Properties by Paulina. That's it. Hey, I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay? Oh, Hunter. Don't bring home any stray vampires. Okay?
Everybody gather round.
Oh, no way.
Behold, the great protector of Wolfsburg, the beast, reigns supreme. Behold, the great protector of Wolfsburg, the beast, reigns supreme.
Children gather round. This place is awesome. Let's cruise around, check it out.
No, we're not cruising. We have a list. Where's the market? I think. Come on.
Whoa, check this out. Oh, cool. Snake venom.
Be back in a jiff.
I am sorry, so sorry. I am big klutz.
Yeah, me too. Can you get this off me?
Please, forgive me.
Thanks.
Goran. I am Goran.
I'm Jordan.
Perhaps I could help you with your shopping.
That'd be great. Actually, yeah. I have a list, but I don't really understand anything on it. So, do you...
Hey, cigar. Madame Barkolak. She can be very difficult to understand. So, Jordan, you are American?
Yes, I am.
I have always wanted to go to America.
Really?
I want to get punked and I want to sing, take me up to the ball game. It's stupid, right?
No, it's not stupid at all. I mean, I've always wanted to play at the Soccer World Cup.
Maybe you will.
Doubtful.
Jordan, maybe while you're here, I can show you around Wolfsburg. It is a very beautiful town, especially under the full moon.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know, I have to take care of my brother, and I'm only here for a few days, so I don't think I'm gonna be... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Gordon. I didn't.
It's okay. No hay problema. I knew the American girls were beautiful, but she's
A vegetarian. Don't even waste your time on that. Hey, so how much for the Eye of Newt?
Madame Barcalac. I am so completely sorry for your loss. I haven't been able to get poor old Dragomir out of my head. And you must be David.
Paulina.
How did you know?
Oh, you look just like your cookies.
Well, between you and me, I'm just as sweet. So sweet, I gave you a cavity.
Manners, would you like to
Thank you.
come in?
Oh, wow. Now this is stunning. And you must be the dashing young hunter and the exquisite Jordan.
Do we know you?
Well, I know you. It's not every day Wolfsburg Manor changes hands. That makes you all famous around here. It's my camera. So, David, I was hoping you were free for dinner tonight.
No.
No?
He's totally free.
I'm totally free.
I know an adorable little bistro that'll be the perfect place for us to get acquainted.
Welcome to Velvet Gate. Please follow me. Is everything acceptable with your meal?
Actually, mine's a little on the rare side.
That's my bad. I like mine still walking.
Cook it. You know, Jordan has been trying to convince me to get out more, meet new people. Hunter, on the other hand.
Isn't too thrilled with the idea. Which is understandable. I mean, he was really close to his mother.
Wow, you picked up on that.
I've got this crazy sixth sense. Some people actually think I'm kind of spooky. Imagine anyone calling me spooky. Bill!
You got me.
Ooh, someone's a scaredy cat.
Jay, relax. Try to have some fun.
You guys know I hate parties.
Hang out for a little while. Court's for sure gonna be here.
You may want to ditch the glasses and put on some makeup, though. So I checked underworldblog.net, lovelycanthropes.com, and riptoshreds.org. They all say the same thing. Wolfsburg Beast is just a guy in a suit. Those sites are commercialized garbage run by lame grown-ups. The real stuff is on the underground blogs. We found a guy who actually spent a whole year in Wolfsburg. And I quote, "There is no doubt in my mind that the Wolfsburg Beast exists. I have seen it from as close as 100 yards and..."
What happened to the internet?
What happened to your face?
That was at a party.
A costume party?
Not funny. Can you fix it?
Yeah, we just gotta find the router and reset it. Come on.
So, the castle. What do you think?
The Wolfsburg Manor. Spectacular.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
David, are you absolutely sure you want to sell it? It's been in your family forever.
I know. I'm just not sure we really have a choice. Times are tough.
You are gonna sit back and leave everything to me. I've won the Romanian Real Estate Association's Crimson Jacket Award 5 years in a row.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it okay?
Perfect.
Great.
Come on. Signal. Hey, here's where the signal for the wireless is the strongest.
Great. So where is it?
It's gotta be behind this bookcase.
Oh, come on.
Hello? Creepy Castle? Usually one of the older books triggers it.
See? Universal remote.
Whoa.
You know, maybe we shouldn't be in here. I mean, what if Madame Barcalac... Oh, I really hate that.
How do you think she feels? Man, this place is awesome.
It's creepy. Ew.
Hey, I found the router.
Just fix it and let's get out of here. Oh. Disgusting. Oh, gross. LB217.
Hunter! Good going!
You are so immature!
There's blood everywhere.
I don't know what to do.
Hide.
Ow!
Come on!
I stepped on the glass.
You hurry up! Stop!
Do you think she's gone? I don't know. Hunter, cut it out.
What?
Stop making that noise.
It wasn't me. Explain.
Those are... Who has a room full of bats in their house?
Uncle D. He was living large.
Ow! Ow, ow.
I haven't even touched you yet.
Yeah, well, just do it already.
Okay, but you have to stop moving. Got it. It's gnarly.
Oh. Could this night get any worse?
This looks great.
Did you guys hear anything weird last night?
Not me. I slept like a dog.
You mean log?
Yeah, that's what I said.
What is matter? You don't like porridge?
No, it's great. Yummy. Hey, Dad, tell us about your date.
It wasn't a date.
It was just business.
Sure it was, Dad.
All right. To tell you the truth, it was great to get out and have a nice meal with an attractive woman.
Dude, you're drooling?
What? No, I don't drool.
I mean, we did talk about the castle and all, but I have to say, she seemed pretty interested in your dear old dad.
Madam V, where are you gonna live after we sell the castle?
I'm sure she has family, Hunter.
Dragomir was my family.
Guys, we'll figure this out, okay? We're not gonna leave anyone out on the street, okay?
So, how did Uncle Dragomir die anyway?
Hunter, I'm sure Madam V doesn't want to talk about that.
He's okay. Was tragic hunting accident.
What was he like? Was he like Dr. Frankenstein?
Dragomir was brilliant man with kind heart. Sigur.
Dad! You know what you should do? Bring Paulina flowers. Women love that stuff.
Oh, okay. Plate.
Paulina? It's David Sands.
Oh, Hunter, you're never gonna like anyone Dad goes out with.
That's not it.
Sure it is. It's natural. But it's okay. We'll get past that. Oh, God. My sweet, sweet little brother. Everything will be okay.
Ah, what are you doing?
I have no idea. Do you smell that?
Smell what?
Cotton candy! I love cotton candy, come on!
How'd you smell that?
This place is amazing. I mean, the costumes, the shops, the people. It's just beautiful. Everything is so beautiful.
You okay, Jordan?
I don't know. Do I look okay?
Yeah.
Let's go play in the park.
What park?
Can you hear it?
No. Jordan!
Oh my gosh. Look at all that grass. I love grass.
What? No, you don't. You're allergic to grass. And dogs.
Hey, guys.
Jordan, what is up with you? Come on.
Gordon! Hey, you.
Jordan, you are very strong.
Thanks. So what are you doing?
I was delivering, and now I must go tenderize.
Gordon, I've been thinking. You know, maybe I was wrong.
About what?
You know, at first I thought this whole vegetarian butcher thing was gonna be way too weird, but now I'm thinking not so much.
Really?
Really. So if the invitation's still open, I'd like to take you up on that moonlight tour.
You would?
Quiet, Hunter. So are we on?
Yes. Yes, we are on.
Yay. What? He's cute.
He's a butcher.
Yeah. Whoa. Are you kidding me? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Me? I'm getting ready for my date.
Found this outside your door?
Hunter, you've been acting really strange lately. You all right?
I'm fine. Are you all right?
I'm fine. So now that we're both all right, why don't you go and chat with your little friends online so I won't be late?
Oh my gosh, they're scrumptious. Look at our little faces. Oh, we're so cute.
Yeah. Madam Barkalak.
You remember Paulina?
Hi. You will clean up mess in kitchen.
Of course.
Bus.
Creepy.
Mayor of Creepy Town. So, what do you know about her anyway?
Oh, there's all kinds of rumors.
What kind of rumors?
Oh, David, I shouldn't say. I hate gossip.
Okay.
But Dragomir did die under mysterious circumstances.
Really?
There are those that believe that Madame V may have. But come on. It's crazy, right? I mean, there's no way she could have. Is there?
You said it yourself. She's eating meat. She can hear from a mile away, and she can smell like a bloodhound.
Dude, your sister is a werewolf.
Maybe she's just hormonal.
Let's review. There are 3 ways to become a werewolf. First, you're in the bloodline of a werewolf family. But there's no transformation until the full moon's at its highest point, which isn't until tomorrow night. So that rules out Jordan. Running a close second is the werewolf bite. Old school, hardcore. But she didn't get bitten. Which brings us to number 3. Infection by the blood of a werewolf.
Sound familiar?
How do you know it was werewolf blood?
Hello? LB-217.
Lycanthrope blood.
Lycanthrope, from the ancient Greek denoting the wolfman transformation. Those effects start immediately after exposure. That, my friend, is what you are dealing with.
Great. What do I do?
Where is Jordan?
I think she's getting ready for a dinner date or something.
Dude, no!
What?
Don't you get it, bro?
Her date is the dinner!
Good evening, Gore.
Jordan, you look very different. Is everything all right?
It's perfect. Just perfect.
Dude, what's happening? She morphed into the beast?
You are too much.
No, not exactly.
Come.
They're on the move.
I don't know what it is, but in Wolfsburg, I feel like another person. You know, I'm strong, I'm alive. You know what I mean?
Not so much.
Oh, it's like everything is possible. I can do anything I want.
Hey! Be careful!
This is awesome! Whoa! Come on!
What happened? She stuck the landing.
What do you say we take that tour of the town?
Come on. Sure.
What's she doing now?
Dancing.
What, like, breakdancing?
No, just dancing.
It's not dancing, bro. It's luring. Don't you get it? She's weeding him from the pack.
She's gonna turn him into a Romanian combo platter.
You have to stop her!
What do you want? Why are you following me?
Hurry, we don't have much time.
What are you talking about?
They will come for you. You must prepare. I will be watching.
What?
Dude, what was that?
I have no idea.
Where is Jordan?
Lost her.
Well, you better find her.
know what? Never mind. So, what are you guys up to?
Well, we were having a romantic evening. Where are we going?
Yes?
Until you ruined it.
You are in so much trouble.
Your sister. She is very hardcore.
You have no idea.
She'll be coming around the castle when she comes. She'll be coming around. Hi, Paulina. The castle when she comes. She'll be coming around the castle. She'll be coming. Okay. Did not see that one coming.
Jordan? Okay. Jordan, I know what's going on. Right now, everything seems great. You're rolling around in the grass and eating steaks and playing with the other dogs, but you have no idea how bad this can get. Jordan, look out there. It's only gonna get worse. You need help, but I can't help you if you won't let me. All right, that's it. You're a werewolf, and I'm getting Dad.
Hey, did you guys hear all that howling and squealing last night? Something had the animals all riled up.
Wolfsburg can be a very dangerous place at night. Girl, you have not touched your food.
I'm not very hungry.
Well, anybody want to hear some good news?
Yes.
Looks like we're going to be able to keep the house.
This house?
No, our house. Paulina says we're getting a really good offer on Wolfsburg Manor. We're going to get together later so I can look it over. And if it's as good as she says...
Scusatissima. If you will excuse me.
I better go talk to her.
Madam V? Madam V? Madam V. Whoa.
I have taken care of Wolfsburg Manor and Vukovic family my entire life. This is all I have ever known.
We will do our best to find you another home, I promise.
There is no another home.
Madam V, I have to do what's best for my family.
Trust me, you do not know what is best for family.
Excuse me?
You cannot conceive of the darkness that will befall you if...
Okay, Madam V, let's take a moment. You're creeping me out. With the... Oh, thank you. Look, I'm sorry things turned out this way. I hope you understand.
And I hope that you can understand. If Wolfsburg Manor falls into wrong hands, there will be grave consequences.
Okay, super creepy. Good chat. I'm going inside now.
This is all your fault. My fault? You just had to go looking for the creepy hidden lab. Hey, I was just trying to help you get back to your clown party. No! No! Would you come down? No! Go away! Look, you need to chill out. You chill out. I ate a wild boar last night. Have you ever seen one of those things? They're huge.
Well, what if I can't stop myself next time? What if I go after you or Dad?
No, you wouldn't do that.
Says who? Hunter, you don't know me anymore. I can do things.
Wait, look. I do know you. And you're gonna be fine.
I'm never gonna be fine. I am a freak. I'm gonna be stuck like this forever, and nobody's ever gonna want to go to prom with me. You know why? Because boys don't want to go to the prom with a werewolf.
Okay, first of all, I know a ton of guys who would love to go to prom with a werewolf. And second, I'm your brother. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. This is my area of expertise. I know people who can help us, like smart people, like highly trained professionals.
You do?
They're experts, I promise. The strength of the wolf is the pack, remember?
Yeah.
I can't believe you got to be the werewolf.
Silver bullet straight through the heart. That's the only way.
Are you insane? I can't shoot my sister. Do you know how much trouble I'd get in?
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, dude, but that's not your sister anymore. It's the beast.
Hi, in the room. These are your experts?
They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
I'm not shooting my sister. End of discussion.
Thank you.
All right, fine, whatever. But know this, you have 24 hours.
Until what?
Until she's a werewolf forever. When that full moon disappears, so do her chances of ever being normal again.
That's ridiculous.
Is it? We cross-checked every database, library, blog, and history book. They all say the same thing. Exactly the same. If you remain a werewolf through your first full moon, you are a werewolf for all eternity. Double lock your doors, bro. Tonight's a full moon, and she's gonna hunt.
Forget it.
Jordan!
What? What did we say?
Jordan, wait!
For what? You're highly trained professionals? No thanks. I'll handle it myself.
What's wrong with her?
Full moon?
Breathtaking, frightening, these feelings inside me. Don't know where I'm going, but I'm hoping for perfectly imperfect. Yeah, it's all been worth it. The scares and the scars. Oh, am I young?
Boy! You do not belong here.
Madam Varkalak! Okay, look, I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to do. My sister's in trouble.
I am a were.
You are?
I know werewolf when I see one.
You do?
Da. I live with werewolf my entire life.
In death, all answers are revealed.
Uncle Dragomir was the Wolfsburg beast.
It's true. Dragomir was brilliant inventor and scientist.
Really?
Da. He invented karaoke.
I love karaoke.
Who doesn't? He was also humanitarian. He know most people cannot handle what comes with being werewolf.
What do you mean?
It can be lonely, painful existence. Feeding off Earth's creatures. Slave to full moon. For some, like your sister, who had a trust upon them. They could suffer greatly if made to live in this way for all eternity.
Plus, I'd never hear the end of it.
Is why Dragomir create way to reverse effects.
He did?
Da. He wanted give people choice.
Awesome! Where is it?
I have no idea.
Uncle Dragomir, help me. Tell me what to do. Hey, it's me. I think I found something.
I don't get it. Why would Uncle Dragomir hide something that can help people?
Because in the wrong hands, it can be used as weapon to hurt others.
Like, hurt who?
Those like Dragomir. Those who must remain werewolf.
What's she doing here?
It's okay. I'm cool.
She is. Uncle Dragomir was the Wolfsburg beast. I told you, it's all real.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Where is writing?
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
You will have to read. Left oculari. Glasses at castle.
Inversa blestemule.
To reverse the curse. What are ingredients?
Anima de marmota.
Marmot heart.
Larva de viespe.
Larva. Yes.
What? What's the matter?
They are coming.
They? Who's they?
Vampires.
Vampires?
Vampires.
Vampires?
Vampires.
Vampires.
Da. They are pure evil. There was time when they rose to power and were close to ruling the earth. It was darkest time in our history. Your Uncle Dragomir and werewolves like him were called upon to deliver all beings from this darkness.
So, werewolves are good?
Of course they are. 1,000 years ago, fierce battle was fought where Wolfsburg Manor now stands. Vampires and werewolves fought to death. Thousands on each side were lost. But the werewolves prevailed. This becomes sacred land. The Vukoveks become the great protectors. Now, Dragomir is gone. Without bloodline werewolf to protect this sacred land, the vampires will try again to gain control. If they do, it will be signal for them to rise up and feed upon human race. No one will be safe. This will become a world ruled by the undead!
Maybe you should tell Dad.
What about me? I can protect the castle.
No. Must be bloodline werewolf. What is matter, boy?
Well, what's wrong?
Just got a little lightheaded, but I'm okay.
We must hurry. Finish list.
What about the castle?
First we help girl, then we save underworld.
Hornet crabs, we have. Scorpion tail, no. Wait. We have. Yeah, bat saliva.
I have.
No kidding.
Heart of marmot, we have.
What's a marmot?
He's big squirrel. Bronchial.
Don't even think about it.
There is one ingredient here I have never heard of. LB217?
Got it covered.
May I ask what you're making?
Wolfsburg jambalaya. Has real kick. Ah! Scusa, my boy. Hello. Da, Mr. Sands. I am with children. I will tell them. Arrivederci. That was your father. Tonight he is dining at Velvet Cape.
Was that a Britney Spears ringtone?
Da. She's werewolf, you know.
Wow. Well, that explains a lot.
Is everything okay?
Sure.
Goran, you've been really quiet. I know something's wrong.
Jordan, I am confused. When we first met, you were very different. So shy and awkward and so sweet.
I know. It's been a really, really weird week for me. I'm not the same girl.
But I like that girl. She made me laugh. She stole my heart. But now I am starting to feel like a piece of meat.
No, Goran, you're not. It's just, I've been going through some changes. Changes that you wouldn't understand, that I don't even understand.
Is something the matter?
No, it's getting chilly. We have to go.
Madam V.
We must get the girl to Castle. No one must see her.
Aren't we all out of LB217?
Da.
What are we gonna do?
We will improvise. But now you must go. Get a taxi. I will finish and I will meet you there. Okay, go.
Where are we gonna find a cab? I don't know. There's gotta be one around here somewhere. We just need to keep looking.
Wait, what? We have got to stop running into each other like this. This is crazy. What are you kids doing?
We're trying to get to Wolfsburg Manor.
How lucky are we? I'm actually on my way to pick up your father right now. You kids want a ride?
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Great. Wolfsburg is just so beautiful when the sun goes down. Don't you think?
Sure you do.
Well, then again, I am a night owl. Guilty. How about you all?
I'm not. She is.
You okay over there, hun bun?
Yes. I mean, I'm fine.
You know, Jordan, I've noticed a change in you since you've got to our sleepy little town. I don't know, it's like you found some kind of inner strength or something, which I, for one, think is so completely fabulous. I hope I'm not off base on any of this. Gosh knows I'm all about that girl power. Here.
What's going on?
Oh, sweetie, I don't know. I just died. Okay, no biggie. Everything happens for a reason. I'm just gonna jiggle the little doohickey and we'll be on our way. 2 shakes.
I don't think we have that much longer.
You gotta hold it in.
I'm trying. It's not like going to the bathroom, Hunter.
What was that? a bunch of vampires behind you.
Oh, sweetie. Of course there are.
Oh, you're late!
I've got dinner plans. Get these two bobbleheads out of here. I'll deal with them once Wolfsburg Manor is ours.
You're never gonna get the castle, Paulina!
You're never gonna get the castle, Paulina! Oh, it's funny. Your Uncle Dragomir said the exact same thing right before I could... Well, you know. Okay. Toodles.
Great. No service. What are we gonna do? When they open the trunk, you have to make a run for it. What about you? I can't just leave you here. Don't worry about me. I can handle myself. Just go find Dad and warn him. It'll be okay, Hunter. I promise.
You. It was you the whole time.
Surprise!
Well, you are now the proud owner of a 1,000-year-old Romanian castle. Although I have to say, you seem more like the English cottage type. Are you all right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just a little emotional. I never thought Wolfsburg Manor would actually be mine.
Well, I'm glad it's in good hands. You know, it almost feels like it's still in the family.
You have no idea how long we've waited for this.
We?
Me. It's the royal we. We.
Dad, don't do it!
Oh, Hunter, what are you doing here?
Where's my sister?
Hunter, what's gotten into it?
Where'd you take her?
Pumpkin, are you feeling okay? Because you look a little
No,
pale.
you're one to talk.
All right, that's not even remotely funny.
Do you know what else isn't funny? She is a vampire! I'm telling you, Dad. Think about it.
Hunter, you're so silly.
Garlic. I need some garlic. Who has some garlic?
Hunter!
I'm afraid we don't use garlic here.
And why would that be? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because this is a vampire restaurant?
All right, let's go. I'm taking you home. I apologize,
No.
everyone. He has a vivid imagination.
No, I'm not imagining things. She killed Uncle Dragomir. She's gonna send out the signal.
Okay, I don't know what to say.
David, really, it's okay. Oh, Pumpkin, are you feeling okay? You should get him home.
You're right. I'm sorry about this.
No. Don't give it another thought. I've got a lot of work to do at the office. You know me. I always like to burn that midnight oil.
All right, come on. Come on.
I believe you, bro. They're everywhere. Give any backup. You holler at your boy. I got your back.
I promise. It's all true.
This ends now. Okay. No more vampires, no more monsters, no more aliens. When we get home, I am getting rid of everything. You got it?
Yeah, fine. Get rid of it. Sell it all. Just listen.
Another word.
Jordan's a werewolf! Hey, look, there's no reason you should believe me. I mean, I get it. I'm a freak. I sleep with a severed head under my bed. But you never have to believe anything I ever say again. But just this once, please, Dad!
Hunter, we're going home.
No, I'm not going anywhere. My sister needs help. I'm gonna help her.
Hunter! 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 Hunter!
Mom would have believed me.
This is crazy.
Hey, over here. Well, after you, Dad.
Wow.
See, Dad? I think it's this way. I think we're under the cemetery.
Yep, definitely the cemetery.
What was that?
Jordan!
All around the mulberry bush, the vampires chase the lycanthropes. I'm making a silver bullet. What a bunch of big dopes.
What was that?
Your daughter. We need to get her back to the castle before sunrise. Or she's gonna be like that forever.
Oh, she wouldn't like that.
This just never gets old. Oh, good. You're awake.
Give it a rest!
Nice try.
Sorry about your girlfriend, Dad.
No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. To both of you. Hunter, I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. Jordan, this never should have happened to you, honey. Your mother would have handled this so much better. But I'm not your mom.
No one is. But you're our dad.
Hello? Paging Dr. Phil.
Paulina, they're just children. Let them go.
Oh, David. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not gonna work. You see, I've been waiting 300 years for that castle. And I'm not about to let some teenage test tube werewolf get in my way.
You have the castle. Just take it. Let them go. Let them go.
Well, unfortunately, Boo Bear, my sweet, delicious cookie face, I can't officially take possession of Wolfsburg Manor if there's a living Vukovic werewolf. Keyword, living. No one ever reads the contracts. Now, where was I? Oh, right. Just relax, honey. We're just gonna feel a little pinch. Let me guess. You just turned 14.
Last month.
Get him! Hey! Where are you going? Never hiring locals again. Back off! You know what? I'm gonna bounce.
Kids. Hunter, you go kick some vampire butt. I'll get Jordan home to Madame Barkalow. Sorry. Go! I'm proud of you, Hunter! Come on. My kids are werewolves.
You've been a very bad dog. Pumpkin? Mama's got a little treat for you. Great. The whole litter's here. Get her!
Hurry, boy.
You two get her. We'll get him. You want something done? You've got to do it yourself. Right. You are going to a timeout. Permanently.
Hunter! Look out! Relax, Paulina. You'll just feel a little pinch. Toodles! Uh-oh.
LB 217. Bloodline of werewolf.
Oh, good. More needles.
Hey, thanks for coming back for me.
The strength of the wolf is the pack, remember?
Okay. We can do this.
It's gonna be okay, Dad.
Why does this guy have a picture of me?
He's not you, boy. He's Dragomir, when he turned 14. Right before his first full moon. Right before he become werewolf.
They look exactly the same.
Da.
Did you know all along, Madam V, that I was...
At cemetery. I know.
How?
Dragomir's gravestone. You could read the writing. Only eyes of werewolf could do this. It was Dragomir's way of protecting secret.
How do you do?
You! What are you doing here? Dad, this is the guy in the cloak that I was telling you about.
Please, allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Igor von Helman Stanislavski. I am the executor to your uncle's estate.
You could have just told me.
I was acting on your uncle's behalf. My job was to look after you until certain situations resolve themselves. And they have, I trust?
Yes, they have.
Good, good. Then we can proceed. With your signature, Wolfsburg Manor will officially be passed to the Sands family. The will also stipulates that there will always be a home and a place of employment at Wolfsburg Manor for Madame Bargalac.
What's this?
This represents the remainder of your uncle's estate.
Whoa, Dad.
Did not see this coming.
I told you, we're rich.
So, does this mean we get to keep the house?
This means we get to keep them both.
Well, if there's nothing else, I am closing early for Moonlight Mania. I hope to see you there.
Oh, just out of curiosity, where did Dragomir get all this money?
He invented karaoke.
Goran, you know, I'm never gonna be the girl that you saw in the shop that first day.
This I understand. But as long as she is not completely gone.
She isn't. But that other girl isn't completely gone either. I mean, this place has changed me.
It's okay. Sometimes change is good.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, where is your brother?
Oh, he's around here somewhere.
Behold! The great protector of Wolfsburg! The beast reigns supreme!
My son, the great protector.
It's his destiny. He's hard to believe.
I'm getting used to it. Seems like a lot of responsibility for a 14-year-old boy, though.
Boy no longer boy. Boy is man.
Awesome! Completely off the chain! Awesome!
Dude, is that your sister?
Here, let me pay for that.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Thanks anyway.
What? Court McCann. Come on. So you and me in prom or what?
Oh, sorry, I already have a date. But, thanks.
Yeah, oh, cool.
Well, what did he say? He asked me to prom. Shut up. I said no. Okay, are you suffering from some kind of post-traumatic Romanian stress disorder? Quite the contrary. It's just that I already have a date. No possible way. You not the hottie exchange student? Total sign of feed. You have no idea. Excuse me. See you at tryouts, girls.
Destructor 4.
The download of death.
Hey, how can we afford tickets?
Well, I asked Jacqueline to join us. If that's okay with you guys.
Totally.
Yeah, Dad. It's awesome. Hey, but you have seen her in the daylight, right?
Way ahead of you. Hello.
Hi.
Movie time. Hey, look, kids, someone's moving in across the street.
want to get out of this thing before the sun comes up.
No sun, ma'am, no sun, no sun.
Paulina's moving in. Ow.